Hi everyone. I'm just gonna do a little bike check on a Redline that I've had for a long time. So not only do I build RC cars and trucks and buggies, but I also have a thing for my BMX bikes. I have a few mountain bikes, and I just love building these bikes. So I just finished this build. This is a 30-year anniversary Redline. I had the frame powder coated. I had the decals done especially made. So let me just jump into this bike. And I'll start from the rear. If anybody loves Redlines or BMX bikes for that matter, they're gonna love this bike. So for my RC subscribers, I'm sorry I threw this in there. But let me start from the back, okay? In the rear, I have red wall V tires, 24 by 1.75. I have XS 351 made by Sun Ringle polished rims and hubs. These are the SS hubs you can see in there. This is a 17 tooth rear cog with Answer, so you can see in there, Answer chain tensioners. These are 10mm bolts that are chromed out, and of course, volcano washers in blue. I also have a groupie chain, lightweight chain with the hollow pins. I love this chain. It's a really nice looking chain. Box rear brakes, and then of course I have the red box brake inner cable. This was I had to get that done too. That decal, the lizard skin chain protector, I think just looks cool. Not that it's gonna have a bouncy chain, but hey, you never know. Promax C-clamp, of course, in red and blue. And then I have the Answer pivotal Seatpost with an Odyssey seat. I think it's a nice setup. And then I have profile cranks with a no boss arm, if you can see in there. This is a spline drive, 19mm gun drilled axle that's in there. This is the Elite Profile Elite chain ring, a 40 tooth. Anything that was engraved or it has an engraving, I painted inside. So this is in red. I have the box chainring bolts. This is a 104 104mm sprocket, 175mm crank arms, and then of course I have the Answer pedals. This decal I had to get had it made. It's a lot larger than the original. And if you can see in the paint, I know my lighting is a little poor here, but let me see if I can focus on my phone here. If you see the paint, it's got the glitter with the red and blue flakes. In the sunlight, it looks crazy. So for a headset, I have the Answer headset, a profile acoustic front load stem, red and blue with the titanium bolts. This is a 6.6 DK bars. Love these bars. ODI grips with the red and blue with the blue lockdowns. Box brake levels. Let me just focus on this front badge for a second. So if you can see here, it says 30-year anniversary, 1974 to 2004. So basically what I did was I took this, obviously I had to take the badge off to get the frame powder coated, but I polished it out, and then I painted the engravings. It says here 30-year. Okay, now these forks, I had to get the decal done on the fork also. Redline. These are Snafu 24-inch forks. The rims are, of course, in the front also the same. the Axis 351s. Same thing with the chrome 10mm bolts and the Volcano washers. And then of course in the top here I have the box valve covers. So let me go on this side. And then of course on this I have these are the box brake cables. And then of course in here I use the box ends, box inner brake cable. And you can see what I did here too. There's a lot of detail to this bike, and it's very, in person it looks crazy. Okay, so this is a profile bottom bracket, 19mm. And what I did was, since this is an American bottom bracket, sorry about that. I use this. It's made by Black Ops. So these are press-in cups, right? And then you use 4 bolts, 4 3mm bolts that you tighten. So not only are they pressed in cups, you can see the bolts in there. But then they go screwed down with pressure. Obviously, you would have to do like a zigzag tightening. And then this converts an American bottom bracket into European, Euro bottom bracket. And it works so nice. I use the 6 to 8mm sleeve or spacer. Oh, excuse me. And I mean, it is super tight in there, and it worked out beautiful. I used a 6mm spline drive axle inside, and it really brings it out to almost to the end, giving you a lot of a lot of the mass into the crank arm. So you can see here that the 175s, and then of course the blue, the red backing on the chain bolts, and then I engraved it in blue on the rear of the sprocket. So this is an aluminum frame. Let me just show you the dropouts on this bike. I think they look super cool. This is a 30-year anniversary. Bike's very old, but I think it came out sweet. So a few BMX lovers out there, this is a 30-year anniversary Redline frame that was totally upgraded. So you can hear the way that spins. I think these cranks and these pedals look killer, man. Let me just give you a little tour from the rear here. So yeah, it's a 104mm on the Spider gear. These are the Speedster V tires. These chain tensioners and these Volcano washers on these looks awesome if you see it in person. But these cranks came out mean. I mean, the whole bike I think looks killer. Even this, if you look at this setup, everything's red and blue. I try to do as much red and blue as possible. So the whole idea was to get as much red as possible, and then do the small, and then the blue was the smaller parts. So red was the main attraction on the bike, and then the blue was the smaller parts. So like I said, for your BMX lovers, I build RCs. This is an RC channel, but I'm going to be building, I have a Hyper Mission 1 that I'm putting together. It's going to look sick. So when I put that together, I'm sure you guys can tune in. So this is let me just show you the whole bike from here. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. And like I said, I'll be uploading more of my RCs and more of my bikes. Take care. Thank you for watching.